How's it going, everyone? GSmith624 here, coming at you with another Monster of the Day. Today's Monster of the Day is the third and final form of Auril. Auril's third form, called Winter's Womb, or the Queen of Frozen Tears by most of her most ardent followers, is a 3-foot diameter ice diamond containing the god's divine spark. The diamond has facets and a sharp point at the bottom. It hovers in the air, radiating intense cold all around it. When Auril speaks, her voice seems to emanate from the heart of the diamond. If Auril is killed in her third and final form, she is dead until the next winter solstice. While she is dead, her mortal worshippers lose their god-granted spells and abilities. Auril's third form is a small elemental that is neutral evil, with an armor class of 19 and 136 hit points. She has no walking speed, however she has a 30-foot fly speed and hovers. Her stats have actually changed now. She has a 1 in strength, a 12 in dexterity, a 21 in con, a 24 in intelligence, a 26 in wisdom, and a 28 in charisma. Her saving throws and skills are exactly the same as the previous forms, but once again, her damage vulnerability has changed. She's no longer vulnerable to fire damage, and instead is vulnerable to thunder damage. Her damage immunities are still cold and poison, and she is still immune to all the same conditions. However, she is also gained immunity to being prone. Her senses are 120 feet of blind sight and true sight, and she is blind beyond that radius. Her passive perception, though, is still 26. She still knows all languages, and with a telepathy of 1,000 feet. Her challenge rating is now 11. Auril is still a divine being, still has divine resurrection. However, she also gains frigid aura. So long as Auril has at least 1 hit point in this form, each creature within 10 feet of her takes 10 cold damage at the start of each of her turns. Her legendary resistances, she only has 1 in this form, compared to every other form that has had 2. However, it does refill if she's out of legendary resistances and comes to this form. She has magical resistance as well, and unusual nature. Those false stayed. Her attacks have changed once again. She now has Polar Ray. It's a ranged spell attack that has a plus 13 to hit of a range of 120 feet, and if it hits, you are going to be taking 4d6 cold damage. She can do that twice, or she can use Blizzard Veil. Auril creates a magical blizzard in a 30-foot radius sphere centered on herself. The area within the sphere is heavily obscured, and the sphere moves with Auril. The effects last until Auril drops to 0 hit points in this form, until she chooses to end the effect, or until her concentration is broken. Auril still has her legendary actions, except they have changed a little bit. No longer can she summon things. She has 3 points of legendary actions, by the way. She has her Polar Ray, which costs 1 action point. Intensify Aura, which costs 2 points. And she intensifies her aura instead of doing 10 cold damage at the start of her next turn. At the start of her next turn, anyone within that 10-foot radius will take 20 cold damage at the start of her turn. And lastly, Blinding Gleam. Auril's form flares with blue light. Each creature that can see Auril within 10 feet of her must succeed on a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw, or be blinded by Auril's magic gleam for 1 minute. The blinded creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effects on itself on a success. So Auril's third form is all about making sure she doesn't get hit, and making it as hard as possible for people to hit her. For those of you that don't know, heavily obscured, by the way, means you have disadvantage on hitting her with any attack, unless you have certain sights like True Sight. That being said, though, congratulations, folks. You made it through all 3 forms of Auril, and she is gone, at least until the next winter solstice. I have been your host, GSmith624, and I wish you luck, for Auril is never truly gone.